Howdy YouTube, this here's Tex Grebner or Tex Grebner's Outdoors. I had a video recently, or a video request recently, about broadheads. Now as you can see, this is my Magnus Stinger 4-blade, and it's on my Carbon Express Rebel Hunter with pimped out tiger stripe blazer vanes. So the video request was about tuning your broadheads. How do you know when your broadheads aren't shooting where your field points are shooting? How do you know? Well, first of all, one thing that you have to take into account is, are your broadheads and field points the same weight? You have to do that. If they're not the same weight, you need to buy a different one of the other, or you need to re-sight in for your broadheads or for your field points, whichever. But another thing is, I personally line up on a 2-blade, I line it up to where this bleeder vane here is in line with my cock vane. You might wonder why I've got a piece of paper with a dot on it here. There's a thing called spin testing, and that is where you make sure that your arrow will spin correctly. Now I have it directly on that dot. Now you want, well, I moved it, but get it directly in the center there. Now I know my arrows are straight. Move that out so that you can see it. And now you just spin the arrow. Now when you spin the arrow, I'm going to let go of the arrow here in a second, but when you spin the arrow, it demonstrates flight, and if your broadhead isn't straight, it won't stay on that dot until it starts to, it won't stay on that dot no matter what. It's kind of like a top. But if your broadhead is straight, it will stay on that top until it loses speed and starts to wobble and fall over. So here goes. And you can see, I hope you can see it, as I put it back on there, that get it exactly where it needs to be so that it's in the center. I hope you can see that. Here goes again. And you can see that this broadhead does not change position, it just spins in place. Now it starts to fall over when it loses speed, but the tip of the broadhead stays where it's put, and it does not wobble. So Magnus broadheads are all spin tested from the factory. Their quality control is very good, and so I've never had any problem with them. However, if you shot them a couple of times, you might need to spin test them and make sure they are still straight. The more you shoot them, they should stay straight, but they might not, and if not, Magnus will replace them. Or if you get something that Magnus missed during quality control, they'll replace them as well if you spin test them and they don't spin test correctly. So if your broadheads aren't shooting where you're aiming, it could be because your broadheads, your inserts, something in your arrow isn't perfectly straight, and so it's not flying correctly. But as I just proved here, my Magnus Stingers, and even though I don't have any anymore, Magnus Snuffers, spin test very well. Also, the young man that was asking for this video said that he climbs 25 feet up into his tree stand, or uses his climber to go up 25 feet. Normally I only went up 15 to 20 feet maximum, because I'm a bigger guy and trees get smaller towards the top, and well, when the wind starts blowing and you feel that tree swaying maybe that much, it feels like a hell of a lot more. Watch my other deer hunting videos and I probably talk about that there somewhere. But he climbs up higher into the tree. And he said that his shots were different than when he was on the ground. I think he said that he was shooting for the for the bottom circle on his block target, and he was hitting in the top circle. Now that could be because of the angle of his arrow, plain and simple, where you're up here, your trajectory is up here. You have a different trajectory than your line of sight. And so that very well could be that. I'm not real sure, and neither is he since he talked to me, but I'm no expert, but I hope this kind of helps you tune your broadheads. Like I said before, this was a spin testing video with the Magnus Stinger 4-blade broadheads. I actually did not shoot these broadheads at a deer this year, but I do believe that they would perform marvelously. And I'm still waiting to see whether the hype of Rage actually holds out, or whether, I don't know. If you want to shoot Rage, fine, but don't bitch to me when it hits the shoulder blade and busts off a blade and you only end up with half the cutting diameter. But anyways, enough broadhead commentary. Like I say, I'm not an expert, but this is Tex Grebner with Tex Grebner Outdoors. God bless all you blood brothers. Homeland security starts at home. Join the NRA, protect our rights, and thanks for watching.